on YouTube? It's your boy Jason Plays back up in this jank with another video topic. And today we were getting on Nintendo's helmet. And the reason being is because they just added an expansion pass to the Nintendo Switch Online membership. Now, the Nintendo Switch Online membership originally has been under scrutiny because it lacks features that we become accustomed to that are available on the Xbox and PlayStation platforms per se, like software level voice chat, invitation system, messaging system, trophy or achievement system, etc. Now, what they did give you with this membership that was $20 a year for an individual member, it was like they give you online play, they give you a save data cloud, and they also give you the ability to play some classic NES and SNES games, which now is over 100 plus games combined, and a lot of those games you could play multiplayer and online with another person, which is pretty cool. And they give away certain things like Tetris 99, like these other little games, but they also only put them up there for a limited time because some of those games were on the store and now they have taken them off. And that's pretty much all you really got with their online service. Also, one thing before I forget that you got with the online service was that they give you the ability, once you become a member, to purchase classic SNES game pads and NES game pads that are USB-C charging capable or whatever, but they pretty much give you the option to buy those games so that when you do have the time to play these classic titles, it'll give you the feeling of playing the games back in the day with these old control pads. Now, we knew that through rumors that Nintendo was going to add other classic virtual consoles to the online program, like a lot of rumors were N64, GameCube, etc. So we were expecting to get additional virtual consoles, but everybody's guesses on what the price enhancement may be or the price increase may be was totally off. You know, most people thought maybe $10 extra or maybe $20 extra at the most, being that the service was already $19.99 for a year. Now, even though the system had been lacking features, $20 a year didn't really seem that expensive in comparison to the other services that also have more features, but still fairly cheap. And people just assumed that, you know, the service would get better over time, and that since Nintendo has always been lacking in the online service category, that they would be improving it over time. But lo and behold, we had this Animal Crossing Direct where they basically were talking about Animal Crossing, updating it to version 2.0 with a lot of new features and things for all the Animal Crossing fans out there. They also threw in the addition of the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, and with this expansion pack you get a digital library, virtual console of Nintendo 64 games as well as Sega Genesis games. Now, we didn't get any details on how many Sega Genesis games there were going to be at the launch of the service, but we did get about 9 games that were revealed that would be on the Nintendo 64 virtual console service, and that they will also give you the ability to purchase some Nintendo 64 controllers that are USB-C compatible, as well as some Sega Genesis controllers that would be USB-C compatible that are retailing for $49.99 each. Now, what Nintendo didn't say or didn't implement or add to this expansion pack was, again, an achievement system, a chat system, like, you know, messaging system, invitation system, or anything like that. So they're essentially charging you an additional $30 a year just to play at launch 9 Nintendo 64 games and some Sega games that we don't even know which games would be available. Okay, so some of y'all might be like, hey Jay, you know, I really like playing classic games. It's not really such a bad price. But listen, if you compare that price and what you're getting for Nintendo Switch Online compared to what the competitors like PlayStation and Xbox are offering, you will see that you're getting a lot less with the Nintendo Switch Online service than you are with the rest of the consoles. For example, like I said, with the Nintendo service, you get Save Data Cloud, the ability to play online, you get access to these virtual consoles, and you get the ability to buy any of these classic controllers, which is additional money, and you still don't have any other software features to enhance your online experience. So, for comparison's sake, both on the Xbox and PlayStation, your friends list is more like a buddy list, akin to if you're an older person like me, you remember MSN Messenger or AOL Instant Messenger or ICQ or whatever, right? Or if you are familiar with the PlayStation application and stuff like that, mobile application on your phone, then you'll understand the functionality that I'm getting ready to describe. So basically, on the PlayStation, I can invite you to a party. You can be playing a totally different game than me. I can hop in the party. I can speak with you, talk to you. You might be playing Ratchet and Clank. I might be playing Returnal. Doesn't matter what game we playing. We can still chat with each other. Or say if you're playing Call of Duty and I want to play Call of Duty, I can click on your name, see that you're playing Call of Duty. I can click join. I can join your game and hop right into the same game that you're playing automatically. Or I could just send you an invite and say, hey, come join me and playing NBA 2K22. You can accept my invite. It'll bring you right into the party room with me while we could all be in the chat, party chat together. Even if we got 6 other friends in there and they're all playing different games, we still can chat and still have a community experience, even though we're all doing different tasks. Half of us could be playing the same game together. The other half of people could play in the same game together. It doesn't matter, right? So usually in the past, when I was growing up, we didn't have all this online functionality. So we used to have to play games together. But now that we're all adults, we got lives, people got kids, careers, whatever. It's very hard for us to get together and play. And not to mention, everybody lives in different places all over the world. So that's the whole point of having voice and party chat and things like that. Now, people will say, well, Nintendo, they don't want party chat because they want to, make sure that the kids are safe and there's nobody preying on the kids. Well, I just call that BS. And the reason why I say that is because if you're the parent, they have parental controls, which can control what your kids have access to, who they can chat with, etc., etc. And so it's up to you to take those extra steps to put those in. It shouldn't be up to the publisher to, raise your kids for you, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So you have all the power to put parental controls in place to control that. Even on PlayStation, Xbox, you can set up the system where on their profile, the system will cut off if you want them to go to bed at a certain time, or you only want them to have an hour of game in a day. You can have it set where the system will shut down to where they can't even play after a certain amount of time. So all the controls are in place. It's just for some reason Nintendo is too lazy to implement these different features. And some people would say, well, Jay, they don't have the infrastructure, but they don't have to build their own infrastructure. They can just license out technology if they want to, just like PlayStation uses Microsoft's Azure Cloud to complement their streaming service or whatever, so that way they don't have to build out their whole own infrastructure where Microsoft already has one in place for them. Now, like I said, party chat, voice chat, invitations, all that stuff is on a software level on Xbox and PlayStation automatically, right? And not to mention, on PlayStation, they even have a few extra features like SharePlay, where you may have a game that I don't have per se. Say if you had Madden 22 and I didn't have it, I wanted to play with you. You actually can virtually invite me to essentially play a couch co-op game with you over the internet. So you can invite me into your game that I don't have, and I can stream it to my PlayStation and play with you. Or there might be a game that you're having trouble with, and you're like, hey Jason, I can't beat this boss. Can you show me how to do it? You could virtually pass me the controller, and I could be controlling your PlayStation, playing your game, and I don't even own the game. And that's called share play, right? Microsoft doesn't technically have that ability, but they still have all the basic invitation, chat, partying up features as PlayStation has. Now, the trophies and the achievements are the same on both. So what it does is, like I said, there may be secrets or certain things that you complete in the game, whether it's a level or completing the game at a certain difficulty or whatever the case may be. You actually get these achievements or trophies per whatever system you're playing, and what it does is it tallies up a number, like a gamer score or whatever you want to call it. So it kind of proves and shows your achievements and that you actually are playing and completing these games. Another thing I never understood with the Nintendo Online service is that even though your console is connected to the internet and you may be on the dashboard or what have you, nobody can see what you're doing online until, or the system doesn't even show that you're online unless you're actually inside of an application and it's running and you're actually playing it. But on the other consoles, you can, like I said, it's more akin to like a traditional buddy list on a computer where you can just cut the system on and then it'll show that you're online, whether if you're idle or whatever the case may be. Like I said, if you want to chat with somebody on the Nintendo platform, they have this application where you can open it up and it'll kind of put you like in a group chat with everybody that's in there, that everybody that's playing the game that has it activated, but you have to use your mobile phone. So you have to use two devices just to chat with your friend, or you just got to call them to sync up times that you want to play when if you are on the PlayStation or Xbox, like I can just see that you're playing, I can hop right into your game. Like it's just so seamless. And the reason why this is a talking point is because the Nintendo Switch Online service now being $50, that's pretty much the same price as the PlayStation Plus service and the Xbox Live Gold service, which are both $60 a year. But you can always find an Xbox Live Gold membership or a PlayStation Plus membership online on sale for $45 or $35 or what have you. And another plus of the other competing platforms is that they also give you free games, a part of that price every month. So what Xbox is called Games with Gold, they give you 3 to 4 games that you get to keep and add to your library and play as long as you're an active member, and it stays in your library indefinitely, right? And yeah, it can be an Xbox One game, a 360 game, it might be an OG Xbox game, along with a newer game, Xbox Series game, but they still give you games for free every month that gets to stay in your library. Same thing with PlayStation. They have the PlayStation Plus titles of the month, where they basically give you 3 or 4 titles every month, whether if it's a PS3 game, PS4 game, whatever, but it basically stays in your library. Now, if you have been a member of these services like me since past platforms like PS3, PS4, or Xbox One, Xbox 360, etc., right? Since these programs been going on, the games that I have added to my library from last generation are still accessible to me, even with the new platforms of this generation that I have now. So if you've been collecting all those free games that they give you every month, you'll have hundreds of games in your library that carry over with you. Now with Nintendo, you can't really say that, because with the Wii and the Wii U, yes, they had the virtual consoles for Super Nintendo, regular Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and all that on both systems, but you had to purchase the games on those systems individually, and when you moved on to the new system, you had to repurchase the games again. So if you bought the games on the Wii, when the Wii U came out, you had to buy the games on Virtual Console again. And now on the Switch, the only difference is that they're adding it to the online service where you can stream those games. So you technically are not buying them individually, but those games are still within a paywall. Like when the free games that I got from PlayStation Plus on my PS3, my PS4, I can still play those games right now on my PS5. The games that I have on my Xbox Series S right now, that are in my library that I have from Xbox One days, even some games from the 360 days, I can still download those games and play them right now, even though I have a new generation console. So all those years that I've been a member, it's basically created value because I've created a library of games, although digital, but I've created a library of games that I can download and play, and it follows me through the generations. And so if you take that into account, with these library of games that stick with you, that they give you every month, that you can carry with you into new generations, as well as software level features like voice chat, messaging, game invitations, party chat, share play, all these things that are available for the same price as what Nintendo is offering you, just for you to play games that are 20 years old, 15 years old, that they didn't even enhance at all. No 4K, no nothing. The only thing that they really added was make sure that they run at 60 hertz, which they should, but they don't update the games, or they don't even make the games widescreen or nothing. They just give you the standard game. Maybe it run a little faster or whatever, but that's basically about it. And these games, like I said, you can't technically download them to your system. They're just something that's only accessible pretty much through streaming. But you don't have any of these features to make it easier for you to be able to play with your friends online and things like that. I really don't think it's worth it. And to be honest with you, the only games, even though Nintendo 64 is probably one of my favorite, if not my most favorite Nintendo console of all time, especially because of what it did for the industry at the time, 4 controller ports, rumble pack, the joystick. Everybody lost their shit when they seen Mario tiptoe, walk, and then run with the sensitivity of the stick, all those types of things. It was great, and I got great memories from it. And I really am wanting Nintendo to make another F-Zero, and being that they said that F-Zero X will be available on the Nintendo Switch Online Virtual Console, like, that's probably the main reason why I was interested before they dropped the price, or how much it was going to cost, because I definitely wouldn't mind adding a Nintendo 64 controller to my collection, as well as playing F-Zero, but for $50 just to play one game that I want, and basically pay another $50 just to buy a controller that I have in my collection, that's $100 right there, technically, just to play one game. I don't know if it's really worth it, being that at this point, a lot of Nintendo Switch games, even though there is a decent amount of games that you can play online, it's just a hassle to play these games online with your friends. Like I said, you have to use third-party means, whether it's your cell phone, text, or maybe Discord or whatever, to link up with your friends and just to be able to talk to them and enjoy these games together. It just kind of deters me from playing a lot of Switch games online anyway. So I would rather much pay for the PlayStation service and the Xbox service, where I can chit chat with my friends and we can laugh and joke and have a good time while we playing these games, whether, like I said, whether if we're playing the same game or not, or just the ease of invitations where my friends can party up in the game, and I can, like I said, click on their name, click join, and hop right in the party with them. So within seconds, we're all playing together, and it's so seamless. I just don't see where Nintendo is getting away with its value. Now, one thing that I did leave out was that, yes, with the addition of you paying the new price, which is $50, they also give you the DLC, the paid DLC, which is $24.99 standalone for Animal Crossing, which Animal Crossing is one of the best selling games on the Switch. So I understand there's a lot of people that play it, but if you're a person who doesn't play Animal Crossing, then it's a good chance that you don't care about that being added into the plan. Like, I feel like they at least could have another tier where maybe they charge you extra $10 or $15 to play the virtual consoles, but leave $5 to $10 off for the Animal Crossing if you don't want that included. Now, what people are saying is that the reason why the price is so high is that because Nintendo has to pay licensing fees to Sega, to be able to have their games on the platform and stuff like that. Because of course, Sega is not gonna let them have the games for free. So, with that being said, I guess that's understandable. But maybe they could have tried to eat the cost in a different way and not transfer that cost to the consumers. So, like I said, I see what the internet is saying about it, and I'm pretty much in agreement. I really don't think it's worth it, but Nintendo fans are crazy. They'll pretty much pay for anything. They've been repurchasing the same 20, 30-year-old games over and over and over again, whether it's Mario Brothers, Link to the Past, Yoshi Story, whatever. So as long as they keep buying the stuff, Nintendo's gonna keep doing these antics. Like, why fix it if you still gonna print money? But like I said, if you actually compare the service and what's offered compared to what you're getting on the other platforms, I'm sure you will also come to the same conclusion and say, hey, like, I think that it's a little bit too expensive for what they're offering. So let me know how you feel about the Nintendo Switch expansion pass, and that includes the Nintendo 64 and the Sega Genesis consoles. Do you think that it's actually worth $50 for the individual membership, or do you think that it should be a little bit cheaper, or do you think they should just come up with a different strategy altogether? And how do you feel the price of these additions compares to the services and feature sets that you get with the online services for PlayStation, Xbox? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Play games, not brands. I'm gone.